freshman orientation in August. We set up a table with our information and pledges and invited freshmen to join our club. We found this to be one of the best places to invite freshmen to join because it was their first time touring the high school and learning about everything the club has to offer. In September, we set up a Cougars in Control team for the Stop for Nicko 5K run and walk. We raised money by registering to walk or run and also helped volunteer at the event by asking people for pledges and giving them safe driving gear. We always like attending this event because we are able to talk to other safe driving organizations such as Students Against Distracted Driving and Drive Safer that have similar goals to ours. In October, we attended Back to School Night to talk to parents about our club and how it benefits the school. We were able to educate many more parents on what exactly we do at the high school, and we found that a lot of parents didn't actually know what our club was, so we were happy to tell them that what we do and how we benefit the community. Many parents even went ahead and signed up their children to be part of the club.
My favorite event was Back to School Night, I think, because I'm the treasurer of the MHS senior class, and I think that it's really important to get parents involved just as much as students.
In October, we also held a booth at Fall Festival. Fall Festival is a wonderful event that allows the Montgomery school and community to come together and enjoy a fun-filled day of games, activities, and great food. At the event, we were able to set up a booth and lots of information about our club and our mission. On a poster displayed pictures of our previous accomplishments and events. We also had an Identify the Roadside game and a tire being tossed. We also gave out candy and our Cougars in Control wristbands for participation. We also sold Teddy Graham cars and traffic light brownies to raise money for our future events. We used the Fall Festival to encourage more people to take our pledge to drive safely on the road. This event allowed us to interact with the impressionable youth and spread awareness in our community.
My favorite event was when Cougars in Control set up their own booth at Fall Festival because it's basically like where a lot of big clubs in Montgomery come together, and it was really cool seeing it represented among all the really well-known clubs in Montgomery.
This year we had our third annual Paws on the Wheel event. This is our oldest event, but it never fails to bring in a huge crowd of the student body to sign our pledge promising to stay in control, stay alert, and stay educated. This year our banner read, "Keep your paws on the wheel," and had a picture of a road and a car. We had a great turnout for this event and everyone was very excited to take the pledge by placing their paws on our banner.
I like the paw print thing where we pledged, we put our hands in the paint and put on the paper. It was messy but really it was creative and it was a great way to get kids motivated.
In November, we featured a new event called Safe Driver of the Month, where students were asked to take a short safe driving quiz. If they scored 100 on the quiz, they were placed into a raffle to swap parking spots with our very own vice principal for 2 weeks. With such a huge reward, we had a lot of students who took interest. We held the event 3 times throughout the year, and with each time we observed a larger percent of the student body scoring a perfect score on this quiz. We made sure the questions had to do with specific things that the students at our school had to pay attention to, such as the speed limit in the parking lot and safe driving rules around our school grounds. So we knew that by having this event, they actually had to pay attention to the rules to participate in the raffle.
I think my favorite event from this year was the preferred parking spot raffle that you guys did because we don't usually have raffles, and I thought that the prize that you guys were raffling off was very unique.
In December, we had a school-wide assembly called the Somerset Prosecution Outreach Program, where prisoners came to our school to tell their story and explain to us how being in jail has significantly changed their lives. 3 out of the 4 inmates were charged with something to do with driving. We even had one of our former students named Sam Oltmans, who as a senior in high school drove under the influence and killed a woman while driving home. He was currently serving 5 years, and his story especially affected our students. He broke down the popular notion that all Montgomery students held, especially that we lived in some sort of bubble and these kind of things could never happen to us. He emphasized that his one mistake drastically changed his life and took away all the opportunities such as a full scholarship playing Division I lacrosse at Duke. Additionally, after the assembly, some of our members were allowed to sit down and have lunch with the inmates and ask them questions. We learned even more about their stories and it really affected what decisions we would make. All of their stories were different, but it had the same effect of what not to do while driving. Unfortunately, all the pictures and videos from this event were not allowed to be used in the video because of privacy reasons that they cannot leave the district. In January, members of our club backed Groceries for customers in hopes of receiving donations for their services while providing information on our club and how the donations would be used. We helped with groceries, talked to people in line, and had fun while doing it. This event was very successful in bringing awareness to our club in the Montgomery community and raising money for our Glow for GDL 5K run 1 mile walk. Many people were both intrigued and impressed by the goals of our club and were very willing to donate to help our cause. This event helped us reach a very broad audience, one that our club had not been able to reach before in the school, the Montgomery public. This year in February, we held the freshman Cheerleader outreach for the second time. This year, we made a new video about both the dangers of drinking while driving, but also in a party environment, everyone must continue to follow the GDL laws. We had 4 passengers and 1 driver all doing something wrong, such as drinking and driving, driving past curfew, driving more than one person, not using a seatbelt, and texting while driving. Each of the students were shown to have a backstory to repeatedly make these mistakes and were emphasized on how continuously making mistakes adds up and can lead to something fatal. After watching the video, the freshmen were allowed to try drunk goggles and also play our Choose Your Own Adventure game on their phones, where students were put into a party environment and had to make decisions while doing different things. We found the freshmen getting very frustrated because all the outcomes were negative. By making all of these outcomes somewhat negative, we emphasized that even doing almost the right thing can have a major consequence. You can play the game yourself by typing the link we provided in the packet, and the video can also be found on this USB.
I'm a peer leader, so my favorite event was probably the peer leader outreach on it. We showed the kids kind of like a video, we played a game, and it was really good because we're raising awareness at a young age.
We had another media blast on March 9th this year where students posted a paragraph on Facebook this year about the statistics of safe driving, such as the percent and number of teen crashes. And all of the posts ended in the hashtag I am not a statistic. Each student who posted that day promised to donate 10 cents to a local safe driving organization. We collected the money but not yet have decided which organization to donate to. We always enjoy doing this event because it brings the attention of safe driving via social media, which is where teens spend most of their time these days. With so many posts that day, we pretty much took over the Facebook feed, so students were almost required to read our posts.
I have to say the media blast that the Cruise and Control ran a few months ago, just talking about what the club was about, really spreading the awareness about what Cruise and Control, what their mission is.
On March 16th, we added this new event at our local library where middle and elementary school children came and made paper plate steering wheels and pledged to be safe passengers. A game that was very popular with kids was a bingo game where a picture of a road sign was shown on a PowerPoint and had to be identified by the children. Once they knew what this road sign meant, they could find the meaning on their bingo sheets and cross it out. By the 3rd or 4th round, we found that all the children had memorized all of the road signs and their meanings. We thought that by reaching out to the children at a very young age, they could start paying attention while being a passenger, so it carries on when they drive. Other than that, we had a lot of fun spending an evening with a lot of cute kids.
My favorite event was going to Montgomery H.S library with some little kids, and parents brought their kids, which was really cool because we got 2 age groups involved. And we just taught information about safe driving at a really young age.
This year on April 7th and 8th, we had an every 15 minutes event again where juniors and seniors were selected to be the Walking Dead and die during the school day. There was also a simulated crash and a story of one student killing and paralyzing another in a crash. During lunch both days, we held a safe driving fair where students took a statistic match game and signed a pledge from Allstate. Unfortunately, a representative from Allstate was not able to make it to our school this year for the event, but they did send us a lot of supplies, so we had students take a pledge and learn about safe driving with their brochures. We rewarded students who got 100% on the statistic game with phone cases for a driver's license that was also provided by Allstate. On the night of the first day of every 15 minutes, we teamed up with an organization called North Star and had the Walking Dead students play various games about safe driving. We made them realize that multitasking while driving is almost impossible, and driving under the influence is also impossible. Additionally, the Walking Dead students listened to many guest speakers who had actually lived through the tragedy that the event was simulating. On the final day, there was a funeral service, and the parents of the Walking Dead students read their eulogies. At the end, the assembly was closed off by talking about our club and invited people to sign up for Glow for GDL. Additionally, we took before and after videos of what people do while driving and what they think of it, and saw the answers drastically change after the 2-day event, which was the main goal behind it. Have you ever snapped or texted and drove?
Yeah.
Is it okay to sometimes use your phone while driving?
Is it okay?
Yeah.
At a stoplight.
You're supposed to follow the laws.
Is it okay to sometimes use your phone while driving?
Yes.
In what situations?
I mean, a straight line. I don't know, I think do it in general.
How do you think the every 15 minutes program has affected you?
Well, I definitely will never be intoxicated or at all, or be inhibited at all while driving.
After the program, do you think you'll ever snap or text while driving?
No,
Now, do you think it's okay to ever use your phone while driving?
not really.
Is it ever okay to speed anymore?
No.
It really made me realize how it's possible for anyone to be put in a situation like that, and to be put in a life-changing situation in a moment.
I think if I had to pick my favorite event, it would be the every 15 minutes presentation that Cougars in Control is a part of. It was a really great way for the community to get involved with the fire department, EMS, police, and also our high school community, and really show them how dangerous it is to drink and drive, and it left a really powerful message for the students.
On April 21st, we went to Montgomery Town Hall to talk in front of the mayor and other board members of our club. They really enjoyed hearing about all of our accomplishments, and they were excited to help us advertise for Glow for GDL in their local newsletter.
My favorite event of the year was the town hall meeting, and I really liked it because we got to see our local government at work, and a lot of the issues they were actually talking about had to do with safe driving, or like safe driving in our community, and it was really good that we were showing them that the youth of our community is like really passionate and wants to stop this problem.
Glow for GDL was a 5K run, 1-mile walk held on April 30th at Montgomery Park. All participants were encouraged to wear glow-in-the-dark gear, but were also provided with these supplies at the event. Participants for the walk arrived at 6:30 and volunteers arrived a few hours earlier to set up. Then people arrived and were directed to a pavilion in which tables were set up. They were instructed to go to the tables where runners or walkers could register and receive their t-shirts. Surrounded by the main tables were other tables set up for participants to sign the GDL pledge, grab glow-in-the-dark gear, food, and face paint. The run started at 7:45 and it was perfect time because the sun was setting, so by the end of the run, it was completely dark and all the glow-in-the-dark stuff could be seen. Once the run ended, pizza music was provided for all the participants and volunteers. We awarded the winners of the run with gift cards and gifts from our various sponsors, and we had about 110 registrations, so we raised about $1,110. This event was a huge success thanks to the weather.
I really like Glow for GDL because I thought it was a great way to introduce the message of Cougars in Control to the community and have fun at the same time.
We also are in the works of installing a road sign at the entrance and exit of our high school. This sign will read, "Keep your paws on the wheel," and the designs have been sent in. The only thing left to do is to be approved by the superintendent, so we're excited for the new addition.